Hello, everyone, and we are at the virtual 2021 ARC Industry Forum. I'm Inderpreet Shokar, Senior Analyst at ARC Advisory Group, and today we are in conversation with Jeff Woods. He is the Director of Global ITAS Automation and Operations Solution at Alcoa, and Vijay Kumar, he is the Business Segment Head for Energy and Resources at TCS. Thank you so much, Vijay and Jeff, for joining us today.
Thank you, Preet, for inviting us to this great forum.
Thank you, Preet. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Our pleasure. So, Jeff, to start off, could you give us a little bit of an insight into your role at Alcoa?
Sure, Preet. My role is to look after the automation and operation solutions for our business segments of mining, refining, and smelting. In this role, I work closely with the operation stakeholders, including our locations, digital transformation, technology innovation, operational excellence teams, and others to bring the full breadth and depth of our automation and operation solutions team to help drive value with the deployment and support of automation and digital solutions. In this role, I'm a member of the Information Technology and Automation Solutions, that's the ITAS, lead team, reporting to Alcoa's Chief Information Officer. My peers in that lead team include our CISO, our enterprise operations, enterprise applications, architecture, regional directors, and others, which enables our combined one ITAS team to provide a complete IT/OT empowered solution focused on providing increased value and stability for our operating facilities.
All right, great, Jeff. Vijay, would you like to please introduce yourself as well?
Sure, Preet. So I'm responsible for metals, mining, oil and gas, and EPC segments. So these are essentially the backbones of economies across the globe. My role is essentially to bring in the best of TCS across our service lines to all our customers and partner for the joint success as a purpose-led organization. And it's a real privilege to be on this call with Jeff Woods. Alcoa has been a great partner all throughout for the last 15, 16 years. And it's a real privilege for me to be on this.
Great. Jeff, I want to start off with a question to you. And in the last few years, we have seen a lot of growth in terms of advancement in technology, and we are witnessing a higher adoption of digital technologies across the board. And Jeff, you come from the metals and mining industry, which was long seen as an industry slow to change. But things are changing very quickly now for this industry as well. And we have seen rapidly harnessing of technology to make mining safer and more efficient. So are you seeing the same kind of changes, Jeff? And what are some of the business areas where new technology would transform how business is done in this industry?
This is a great topic, Preet, because, if you've been a slow adopter before, the answer today is, we're seeing the new trends of digital technology hit us in every business segment we have, as well as all of our resource units and support functions. From better visibility of supply chain, which driving us opportunities to reduce our working capital, to predictive analytics on the shop floor, helping us reduce downtime and improve maintenance hours, working on this equipment. Across that gamut, we're able to see a lot of improvement. A lot of this is enabled by the secure connectivity to the cloud, as well as mobility, IIoT, and edge devices, all making their way into our infrastructure to give us data and compute power where we really never had that option before. And our Connected Worker program, which will be highlighted in one of the sessions, I think February 11th at 10 Eastern, is a wonderful example of bringing many of the technology improvements together to truly enable our operator-centric workforce. With this initiative, we are providing our workers with a tool set that enables their workflows to be completed as efficiently as possible. If they need a work permit, it comes from the tool. If they need a safe work instruction, it comes from the tool. If they see another problem while they're out there and need to put in a work order, guess what? They use the tool. So developing this tool set not only required a detailed analysis of the work people do and how those workflows work, but it also required, getting the mobile devices in people's hands. It defined a very rich application set with a lot of great development activities that we picked up from our partner TCS. We've been able to do a lot of great things, and that it's for sure a work in progress for Alcoa. But so far the tool set we've deployed has been, it's generated reductions in wasted time, it's driven improvements in downtime, as well as a very high level of employee engagement and a strong pull for additional functionality and features.
Wow, that is true. Field workers, they are the backbone of operations for industries such as metals and mining. And if technology can help empower the field workers, that is a success. So my next question with that to you is, my next question is to Vijay. Since you work with customers from a range of industries, I would like to know what some of these other industries are trying to do to empower their workforce.
Absolutely. So, great question, Preet. So, the operator-centric model that Jeff talked about, so that is a theme which has, almost every industry in this industrial segment has picked up, be it oil and gas, metals, and even home builders and the general EPC companies. So what we have seen in last few years is a great advancement and democratization of the enabling technologies, like be it AR, VR, the mixed reality, robotics, and in fact, human and robot interface and so on. So that democratization has enabled for people to think through what business case can be, put together in a more cost-effective manner than it was possible a few years back. Second factor which we have seen is, that with the competitiveness and the cost pressures across these, backbone industries, be it oil and gas or metals, so everybody has that kind of a severe cost pressure, and which has been increased further in last few quarters and years. It's a matter of how to stay competitive, how to stay afloat for quite a few companies. In that pursuit, they're looking at every avenue where we can make our operations efficient, make them safe. Because safety itself drives a lot of it's a big cost as well, in addition to a lot of PR and other factors. So there are analyses which suggest that 50-60% of the time goes in those inefficiencies, where a worker has to run and get the information which he ideally should have on his device in his hand and so on. So given these 2-3 factors, every industry nowadays is looking at how to really give the context specific information in the hands of the field workers, unlocking their ERPs, unlocking the data in their OT systems, and bring it in a way that the field worker can effectively utilize, right? Doesn't have to go through complex screens and so on. So the field worker gets what he or she needs, and he can also input the the data right straight away, then and there itself, as Jeff also talked about. It has been further enriched by the capability to capture videos, capture audios, and the flow, temperature, geographic, geo information, and so on, which makes the whole data collection much more effective and accurate, right? The other area that we have seen is, of course, the safety, which enables, and Alcoa in fact started with safety being the very first use case with the in-field solution. So these are like some of the important areas where all these heavy industries are looking at implementing connected worker solutions.
Thank you, Vijay, for this. It's great to hear, that Alcoa is already realizing a lot of tangible benefits because of the connected worker program. But Jeff, whenever we talk to end users, what we hear from them is that they realize the benefit of technology, but they do see a lot of challenges associated with the adoption. And one of the major challenge that they usually talk about is the resistance to change, lack of acceptance by the stakeholders, such as field workers. So, when you were trying to adopt the technology, and did you see this as a major challenge as well? And if yes, what did you do to overcome this challenge?
That's another great question, Preet, because resistance to change is probably why we were the slow developers before, and I think the big thing we went after on that was employee engagement and involving people early in there and asking them the question, what could we do, with all these new tools that are out there, what could we do to bring you a better user experience? How could we make your job easier? And we very much approached it from that point of view. We didn't go after it from a job elimination point of view. We went after it with a very positive, how can we make your life better? To that end, we created a really good team structure led by our digital transformation, our ITAS, our asset maintenance people. And we worked with the teams to provide that tool set, to define that tool set, to make their jobs easier. And once we got their buy-in and their pull for this, we brought in the IT specialist, including our partner TCS, and we focused on providing very good tools, designed with user experience analysts built in, designed with, very high reliability, fast response, extremely strong support network. So a lot of those things, the way people resist change a lot of times is to find excuses not to use it, right? So we really worked hard on the front end to eliminate all of those excuses and to make it really a pleasant thing for them to work with, and make their day better. Now, we're not perfect in that, but we're working really hard to make it a positive experience.
Thank you, Jeff. It really helps. And when talking about challenges, I guess we'll have to mention the COVID pandemic, a major challenge to all, even in the industrial world as well. So, Vijay, I want to know, how has the pandemic impacted the adoption of digital technologies, especially when we are talking about solutions like connected worker? Has it pushed the technology forward, or you think it was more of a roadblock?
So when it comes to overall digital technologies, Preet, absolutely, the pandemic has kind of really increased the speed of adoption. We all are. I mean, we are talking on the digital platform. Otherwise, we would be doing it in face to face. But when it comes to connected worker in particular, so let me share with you a few kind of categories of what we have seen in the marketplace. So companies like Alcoa and some of our other partners who were already ahead in this game, who had started this much before pandemic, there we have not seen any slowdown in the projects. In fact, for Alcoa, some of these projects like this infield is going global now. So it was in one of the geographies for Alcoa now. During the pandemic, it has gone global. There are other use cases which have been expedited because there was a real value even during the pandemic. So the credit goes to the foundational elements which were already set by Alcoa. Similarly, we have done a complete simulation for the training of drill ship operators for one of our oil field customers during pandemic, and now they are taking it across their drill ships. We done operator rounds for one of our oil and gas companies recently, and it has been pretty successful about that. So some of those initiatives have gone ahead as they were planned, or some of those new initiatives got created for the people who were already on board. The second category I would say is where people started thinking on the return to work safely, that kind of a paradigm, right? So how to maintain that social distancing, how to make sure the compliance to mask and compliance to, in certain cases, the protective kit, etc. So we also created a few use cases, and that got a lot of traction, and that progressed. We ourselves actually moved our 400,000 people in the secure borderless workspaces mode, who are working effectively, and we actually have done large transitions and large projects during this pandemic. The third category is where I would say a lot of new conversations which have started during this period, because people realized that it is beyond efficiency and safety. The other parameter that started coming into picture is the business resilience. So how can I run my operations? How can I run my plant and factories with minimal people, right? With lesser number of people, so that there is better social distancing, or when people are not able to travel, or when people are not sick. So people have started thinking on all those lines. So some of the very interesting use cases of remote assist, right? So where the person on the field gets an assistance from somebody expert who's not able to come to the the shop floor and so on. Very interestingly, we are talking of some of the use cases where the top executives or the plant managers can actually interact with the workers real time using the RealWear and some of the other technology solutions and so on. So there are numerous conversations. So in fact, I would say, it has made this so much visible and so much desired by everybody that we see a very big pipeline of the projects, as soon as some of the restrictions ease out. And maybe even if they don't ease out, I don't think the organizations are going to wait for the benefits to be realized.
Wow, Vijay, it's great to learn that, end users are finding these connected solutions, that these solutions can help them deal with all the business disruptions that are caused by the pandemic, and even in the long run as well, how these solutions can help them save money, be more efficient, be more safe as well. Next, I want to hear from Jeff. Jeff, what are the future plans around connected worker? What are the things that you feel that you have achieved with this, and what do you want to achieve in the near future?
Yeah, thanks, Preet. As Vijay said, the pipeline for this is extremely long. We've got, we work very hard on a value chain pipeline where we tie all these ideas to the value we think they can generate in the company, and then, try to tie that to a timeline where we can deliver it. So there's a lot of that already laid out. And if I just pick the highlights of that, first thing we're going to do is we're going to expand the connected worker to more worker types. Initially, we're focused on the maintenance worker, but we're going to take that to the operations, to the crew leaders, and expand across all the different roles on the shop floor. In addition, we're going to broaden the usage to, some different types of things, again, focused on work orders now and maybe maintenance. Maybe we pick up an in-your-hand analytics tool, that you can walk up to a process and, get a prediction of some process. So a lot of expansion of the roles and the functionality. And then, one of the things we found as we started this, you still have your daily management meetings and your, where you need, even though you've got the connected worker, you need a connected team. So we're working very hard on our daily visual management tools, so we can take the results of all these connected worker apps and bring them back into the crew leader room or the crib and talk about what are people doing, what did we do well today, where were we behind, how did operator A perform against operator B, to generate a little friendly competition, and build that into our performance management. And, with those kind of things, we think we're really going to continue to expand it. In addition, there's other new things out there. As we've uncovered these connections, now we can do more with drones. We can do more maybe with VR, virtual reality with a nice lens on your face so you can see everything while you're working. the beauty of it is the way we created the team and the change dynamic in the crews. There's now a full list of ideas that are coming at us every day, and we're allowed to vet them, bounce them off our partners and see, what'll stick, what could work, and figure out how we can deploy it. So, we really are unlimited in our ability to move this thing forward, and we see a tremendous amount of value in the next several years.
Great. This is great to hear about your future programs, Jeff. A lot of our viewers, they are on a similar transformation journey, and all the insights that you both shared with us today, I'm sure it's going to be very, very helpful for them. So I have covered all of my questions today, and I really want to thank both of you again. It was a real pleasure talking to you both.
Thank you, Preet.
Many thanks to our viewers as well. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day and goodbye.